What is up, everyone, and welcome to today's reaction video. And today's reaction is the very special monthly request of my incredible Patreon follower, Sally. Sally, thank you so much as always for your continued support, for being a member of the herd, a member of the Patreon, and for supporting me for as long as you have. It means the absolute world to me to have you as a member of the community. So thank you so much for your ongoing support. And thank you for this month's request, because it is another chance to check out my boys, the Longest Johns. I love these guys so much. I listen to them so much these days. I'm not gonna lie, when I started my reactions and started getting, like, I kind of knew one or two shanty type songs, like the main ones you hear on TikTok and things like that. That was my full extent of knowledge. I listen to it so much now. Shanty music, the stuff I've heard through the Longest Johns, every song I've reacted to of theirs, I listen to so much. The Mary Ellen Carter is like one of my pick-me-up songs when I'm feeling average now. And I love that so much. So I can't wait to check out more Longest Johns. And the story of this one sounds so cute because it is an original song by them. And I'm just going to read the description verbatim because I love it. It's so sweet. This song is based on a true story sent to us by one of our wonderful community members about one of their ancestors. It tells of someone who was pulled away from home for a cause bigger than themselves and their reason for doing so. The video was shot over the course of an entire year, from when we were first writing and finishing the arrangement of the song, through recording at the studio and performing it to our biggest crowd to date in Bristol at the O2 Academy. First of all, the film clip's just going to be really cool to see the boys go through that whole process and like them building this entire song and video and everything like that. But that story, the idea that this actual song is written about one of the community members who's written in and said, hey, my ancestor did this and this is their story, their real story. That's so cool. The song is called Nantucket. I don't know what that's going to be in reference to. I can't wait to find out. So we're going to get into it and check out this song together. As always, please check out the original video linked in the description below. Give the original a like and a comment and subscribe to the Longest Johns if you haven't already, because they deserve it so much. And watch the original video without all my pauses and interruptions, because there's probably going to be a few of them. And we are going to get into this. This is Nantucket by the Longest Johns. Let's go. Okay.
Ways, breakers and quakers, and few of us stray, hunting the oceans with men that won't tire, Nantucket sleigh rides and chimneys of fire.
I'm gonna pause because there's already so much I wanted to pause and comment before the intro was even done, before they even started singing, because right away I love that the first part of this video is like them coming in, setting up the area they're going to be recording in, but like also just showing them buying groceries and things like that. And it seems like, I don't know if they like go on a retreat, if they like go on, like you hear about bands who would go away for, you know, a month or whatever as a group and sit down and write an album and write all their songs. But I don't know if that was the kind of thing they were doing here, or if it's just they all live in proximity to each other. So they were like, hey, part of it is that we cook dinner together when we all come over and have a day of writing. I imagine they live close enough together to be able to do that kind of a thing. But I love this idea that like, it's more than just the time spent together is more than just the work and then everyone goes home. It's like, no, we're going to have a meal together. We're going to actually do this properly together. I also want to take a second to turn on the subtitles here to make sure I don't miss the lyrics. But then like I'm going to pause as I go through the film clip, because there were so many little things there that like we had one of them reading an actual book, and I'm not sure if the books are related to the story they're going to be telling, or if it's just general like learning their craft, basically learning about what life was like on the sea. And like I imagine they already have a lot of knowledge around that, but it's just cool to see them with that passion. There we go. Clipper ships and the golden age of sail, races and rivalries on the 19th century high seas. So yeah, like I said, it's just cool seeing them kind of immersing themselves so deeply into the thing that they have based their entire music around.
an island and islanders' ways, breakers and quakers and few us straight, hunting the oceans with men that won't tire. Nantucket sleigh rides and chimneys of fire. Some may be wary and won't understand, trading a spear for a flag in the hand. But jetson the tripods, I'm shipping out east, off to go hunting a different beast. Fire.
Okay, hang on. So I had a feeling this was where the direction this story was going to go in. So he was like, you know, a fisherman spear fishing or whatever kind of fishing he was doing, and has traded that in to go and join the military, to go and join the army, to go and fight a war. Because he's saying he's trading the spear in his hand for a flag and going and hunting a different beast. So I'm guessing that, yeah, he's gone and joined up to the Navy, to the army, to whatever it might be, to fight in a war of some kind.
Off to go hunting a different beast. Fireflies from the long nights, short handlers run about. The captain says we'll holler, as though there was some doubt. And as we blow on the matches and race to take the shock, my mind is in Nantucket, all in whale meat into dock.
Okay, so there we go. That's what the spear was. He's a whaler, and while he's off doing whatever it is he's doing, fighting a war, fighting a battle, he's still dreaming of being back home. He's still dreaming going back to that whaling life in Nantucket. Such a cute story already, and like not cute story, but like a nice story to be telling. To the idea that someone's written to them and been like, hey, so my ancestor, my great whatever grandfather, used to be a whaler, and, you know, had to leave the whaling life behind to go to war. I don't think a year's been mentioned yet. I don't know what year this kind of all would have taken place in, but the idea of having to leave that behind and dream of going back to your peaceful whaling life, or, you know, what you're used to, kind of, it's a really good story to tell, and the boys are doing a fantastic job with the song of having this nice kind of really nice kind of sway beat to it, while still get like the storytelling. And I can tell it's either going to go one or two ways. It's either going to have this nice let's go beat the whole way through as they tell this story, or we're going to get to a point where it turns all real sad, because the way the music's being done so far, I feel like it could go in that direction. So I'm curious to see what way it goes.
All in whale meat into dock. I'm not used to bracing in weather so calm, still making cheer when I hear the alarm. As iron and fire knock nails from the stern, the shoals are no longer my biggest concern. Our skipper is canny, a droll kind of soul. He never salt and he's still cracking jokes. Ah, Mr. Starbuck, your aim is quite rare. Well, I aims to sink her beyond disrepair. Fire!
Wow. So yeah, they're off at naval battle at this point, because the line that they had at the very start of that section there, I can't remember exactly how it's worded, basically saying that he's used to bracing on the ship. He's used to, you know, a big wave hits the ship and you have to brace, hold on to something so you don't get knocked over. But he's never had to brace in calm waters before. He's never had to brace because of cannon fodder, because the ship's been hit by something, and even though the water's calm, they've been hit with a sudden. That's wild. Yeah. Again, it's just the idea that he's a man who's been on the sea his whole life. He knows the sea and is so used to it, and yet it's a completely different kind of experience on the water for him. Is really, really cool.
Well, I aims to sink her beyond disrepair. Fireflies from the long nights, short handlers run about. The captain says we'll holler, as though there was some doubt. And as we blow on the matches and race to take the shock, my mind is in Nantucket, all in whale meat into dock. History favors the bold and the brave, conquer the mountains and weather the waves. Now I'm away with all liberty's son. off down the channel to stand by the guns. Fireflies from the long lines, shot handlers run about. The captain says we'll holler as though there was some doubt. And as we blow on the matches and race to take the shock, my mind is in Nantucket, hauling whale meat into dock. Firefly.
I'm glad so far at least. It may still take a turn. I don't think so. I think we're going to get some nice repetition of the chorus. I wasn't sure because it was one of those stories where it could have been like, you know, he's singing about how he's gone off on this, like he's made the decision to go and defend his homeland, and you know, then we have that chorus and then it hits the sad part, and I could have seen the story going in the direction of, you know, realizing while I'm out here that I'll never make it back to Nantucket. I'll never, like, I could have seen them twisting the chorus like that to make it a sad story. I'm glad that it didn't, because we had this kind of slowed down, nice acoustic section, but it's still the same chorus, and we still have hope that our whaler, is going to get back to his home, and, you know, everything he's dreaming of back in Nantucket. But yeah, it was really beautiful how they did that slowed down kind of acoustic section where they sound so good, as they always do. But I'm glad that it didn't go full sad story. I'm not ready to have my heart broken. I want this man to get home safe.
Oh, there was some doubt. And as we blow on the matches and race to take the shock, my mind is in Nantucket, hauling whale meat into dock. Fireflies from the long nights, short handlers run about. The captain says we'll holler as though there was some doubt. To take the shot, my mind is in Nantucket, hauling whale meat into dock.
Can I just say, these boys put on a fantastic show. If you get the chance to go and see them live, absolutely do it. You will not regret it. They are fantastic live and so much fun. You can see making little jokes with the hammer and things like that. They're so natural on stage and so funny and so enjoyable. I love the way that was done with us, like that film clip being put together right from seeing them write it, seeing them change the name on the document so that it has the name Nantucket at the top of it, and then working through them recording it and seeing all those steps and talking about it and everything. And then it ends with, it ends with their concert, but then it ends with them actually singing this particular song at that concert. That is such a cool way to show the full progression of this song from an idea, a story, all the way through to the song being finished. Also, what a freaking cool thing for the fan that sent this into them, that let them know about this. What an incredibly cool thing for them. If you ever happen to see this reaction, the Longest John's member of the Longest John's community who gave them this idea, gave them this song, told them about it, please, first of all, let me know all the details in the comments. I would love to know the full story that they based this song on. But on top of that, that is freaking awesome that to have that done. That is so cool. And I was curious because right back here at the start of this video, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it now. What I'll do, I'll mute the video so it doesn't start singing over the top of me. At the start here, there was a moment. There we go. There. Is that the lady who is that the community member who wrote into them? Because it's a very random. I'm not sure if that for all I know, that could be one of their partners. It could be a friend of theirs. I don't know. But it's really random to see this image of her talking, and it's like, was that her? Like, did they meet up with her to get the full story? Did they invite her over to get the full story? Because that would be so cool if it was. Either way, though, fantastic song. So cool for them to have taken an idea from one of their community members and turned it into such a fantastic song, and to tell such a good story with it. I absolutely loved this. Guys, please jump in the link in the description as always and check out the original video. Go and watch it, support the original upload, because without that, I have no channel. So give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe to The Longest Johns. Also, leave me a like and a comment and subscribe to this channel if you know any of the details of how this all came to be, or like I said, if you were the community member who suggested this to them, tell me everything in the comments. I want to know everything. Also, if you're able to, check me out over on Patreon. Over there, I do weekly polls for the reactions I do here on the channel. I also do weekly TV show reactions, a monthly movie reaction, a monthly live stream, and at the highest tier, you can get a guaranteed reaction right here on the channel. So check all that out over on my Patreon with the weekly polls. I think we may have, we're very quickly coming up to the start of October, which will be the start of my Halloween polls. So I'm not sure if it's this is the last week or the next poll will be the last week before we switch into full Halloween mode, where everything's a little bit different, everything's a little bit tweaked and crazy over there. So usually I do a home free poll one week, then a voice play poll the next week, then a home free poll, then voice play poll, etc, etc. And every week as well I do an other artist poll, which could be anyone I've reacted to, anyone that suggested to me. Could be I choose a whole bunch of different people, put them on there. For Halloween, I just do Halloween songs for both polls. So if I have enough home free and voice play, I will stick to those, but if not, then it'll just be Halloween and Halloween. So can't wait to check those out and see what I can find and put together for the Halloween polls. But yes, I'm not sure if that's this next one or the one after. Either way, yeah, check that out over on Patreon. I will see you all in the next reaction video. Have yourself a fantastic day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.